Hi there, it's Jo here from Creative Empowerment. Today we're back with another pick a card reading, and this is what you need to hear. We've got 3 piles in front of us. We're focusing on whatever it is that comes up for you around things that you need to hear, and I'm using bells and things like that for the objects, so I shall put those on there now. So this is pile number 1. So we're using a little bit of sound as well today. Pile number 2 is this tiny little bell. And pile number 3, beautiful Tibetan bell. So have a good look at the piles. This is about what you need to hear. As always, please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this reading. And if you would like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. When you know which pile is calling you, skip ahead to your reading and I'll see you there. Bye for now. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose these Tibetan, I think they're called tinshaws or something like that, then this is your reading today. And our first 2 cards are setting the scene. What is it that you need to hear? We have finding home. And I'm literally taking those 2 words and putting them together. And I feel like this message is for you if you're looking for a new home, if you're trying to find what it is about your life that you need to, to get into, how can I say this? That if things aren't working in your life at the moment and you need to find the things that make you feel comfortable, make you feel at home, make you feel really comfortable and happy within yourself and in your environment, then this is definitely your pile. You may have been going through quite an upheaval. You may have been going through a transformation. You may have just moved, or you may be looking at moving. But obviously this is a group reading, so we are looking at multiple, variations on this theme. So our next cards are Vitality, which is Fig, which I love it. We've got the Kundalini energy of Snake there. We have Taurus energy, I think that is. We have Desire with Coslettuce, which is Cancer and the Moon. We have Love, Tomato, and it has a love potion. And we have Libra. So a 3, a 3, and a 5. Interesting. So 3s are all about, communities and collaboration and building and growing, but sharing, a real sort of sharing. And I love that 2 of the cards that you've got here are that sort of passionate energy, the love potion with the tomato, the fruit of love, and then the fig, which is, very much that symbol of, ripening and the juiciness of life and all that sort of stuff. And then our last card is Desire. So this is about finding, the things in life that you want in life, that you enjoy, that you desire. And I feel like it's like stop putting the brakes on and start allowing things to flow. The discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to, but it's in the reverse. And we've got the colours, the purples and things, they're all sort of sitting on top of each other. And I feel like maybe you've put the dampers on, maybe you've put the brakes on things because maybe people told you were too passionate about things. Maybe people said to you, you can't get everything you want in life. That's that old chestnut. And I feel like, whoops, got some more cards flying around. I feel like that I want to say to you that's absolute rot because you can have everything you want. You've got to decide and you've got to put action, do some actions and get that to happen. But you can certainly have everything you want in life. And I'm going to talk to those 3 cards in a second, but we have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, and that is these are great cards for you. We have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is that wish fulfillment card. It is feeling very, very fulfilled, emotionally satisfied, really happy within yourself. She's meditating with all of her lovely cups behind her in a beautiful environment. There's some other stuff going on that she's not concerned with. We also have the Crab here, which is, again, this is the home, Cancer. So we've got Cancer in the home again. So we've got that showing up a couple of times. I talked about the fact you might be moving. 10 of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card here. Speaks of a family home. It also speaks of setting things up for the future for your family, you know, setting something up so that your family are looked after, that they have a place, that there is somewhere they can call home. You can grow generations in this environment. We also have a 9 and a 10. I love that because it means that you're developing, you're progressing through this energy at the moment. Then we have the Ace of Swords over here. So as I said, you can have everything you want. It's actually sitting really nicely next to this the snake. So I feel like there's some really direct energy coming through. I feel like you're starting to listen. You're starting to pay attention. There's two sides of this. I feel like you're still yet to let some stuff go. There's also this idea of you know, feeling like you're it's a bit mundane, that things aren't moving as fast as you want them to do. But I also do feel like you're being pulled from this end to this end. And here we have the Page of Pentacles reversed and then the Queen of Wands. So it's kind of like, I feel like you know what to do, but I also feel like other people tell you what to do. And I think that's slowing your progress down. I think this is why it's talking about finding home, finding your own internal compass so that you can, you know, be yourself, be who you are. And it's about understanding that you do know your own mind. People want to tell you, you know, how to live your life and what to do. Maybe the choices to make. Maybe, you know, they might judge you for the decisions that you're making. But what I really feel here is that you may be young, or you may be someone who people still see as a young person at heart, where they, you know, may not have had as much experience as other people in the ways of the world, particularly when it comes to careers, finances, homes, buying homes, things like that. But I actually do feel like you know your own mind. But at the moment, there's part of you that's not trusting. So there's these yellows over here from the solar plexus, and I feel like there's a lot here that's right, but there's a lot, there's other things that it's like what's the word? No, I can't even get the word because there's a block around this for you, which is, it's like they're contingent on something else. So what that feels like to me is that all of this wonderful stuff that you've got going on, this vitality, this love, this desire, and this creation of yourself in this environment that you really love, whatever it is. You might pick a house that nobody else wants. You might pick somewhere to live that nobody else wants. And I feel like if you start listening to everyone, every Tom, Dick and Harry, that's where the problems start, and that's where the problems, you know, they don't progress from. So we have the Death card here. This is about you saying, yes, I will support my own causes. Yes, I will put away all the things of the past where, you know, where I am not important, where my own path, but I'm not true to my own path. That's a big, strong message coming in here with the Death card and the Moon in reverse. This is about not trusting yourself. This is about not following your own instincts and not listening to your own, what do you call it? Instincts, your own, I don't know, your own gut, I suppose. And allowing yourself to think that you've got to do life the same way as everybody else. You don't. None of us do. We're all here to find and navigate our own way through. And this mundaneness that I've got going on here, this is you because you're being constrained by other people's beliefs. This is you not following your own ideas. And the Tower reverse is showing up to show you that, you know, if you don't balance that stuff out, then that's how it's going to feel. It's going to feel like things can fall apart at any minute because you don't trust. And as soon as I said that, as soon as the Tower showed up, my solar plexus, it's just like all my power got taken away from me. I was going to say tooken away from me. You don't have to be defensive about what you want in life. There's some great stuff coming for you. The Tower is here to show you that if you build what you're building on this foundation, it's going to be taken away from you. And it's almost like a test coming in through Spirit. We don't have the Hierophant, but I've got that feeling. The Temperance card, it's about balancing. And we've got this, something's flying out. We've got this beautiful, let me bring that up so you can see. We've got this crown. It's like floating in the sky. And it's like you coming into your own power. It's you realizing that that you have the ability to create the life of your dreams. Do not worry about what other people tell you. You may not be the most experienced person. You may have made some really bad decisions. That's okay. This is a new decision. This is a new time in your life. You are walking into the future. Do not let other people tell you how it's going to work out for you. Make your own plans. Other people may say to you that, you know, oh, that's a crap investment. Why would you do that? Why would you buy that house? Why would you move to that location? This is not a buy, this could be you moving. But it feels like everybody's got an opinion here. And the thing is that it's about you deciding, you making the choices, you knowing, and this is a knowing that you know what you want, you're going to get what you want. Do not listen to others when they tell you what it is that they think you need, okay? Your plans are just as valid as anybody else's. The thing is, when we listen to others, we create these, places of imprisonment for ourselves. We don't tune into our own higher selves. We don't allow our own intuition and judgment to be the thing that has the most weight in our lives. Whereas the King of Wands here, he does that. This is about realizing that you're not deceiving anybody by choosing your own judgment and your own discernment over anybody else's. You don't have to fight with everybody. You can choose to live your life your way. So here we have our last three cards for you, pile number 1. We have the Happily Ever After card. We have the 10 of Cups. And on the bottom, we have the Hierophant. I knew this was about a spiritual lesson. The King of Pentacles reversed. It's about understanding that life is going to be made on your own terms. The Chariot. This is about balance. This is about bringing in balance into your life, knowing that you get to decide. You are the one that chooses the way forward. And when this King of Pentacles is in the upright position, like the King of Wands was, you're moving forward into your own territory. You don't need anyone to tell you that you're right or you're wrong. We're not always going to make the right decisions. This is about trust. This is about desiring and loving the life that you choose for yourself. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Pile number 1. I hope this message went down well. I hope that it made sense for you. Please give this reading a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you'd like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. Bye for now. Hope to see you soon. Hi there, pile 2. If you chose this little bell, then this is your reading today. And your first card is well-being. So perhaps this is a time for you when you need to hear someone asking you about your well-being. Are you taking care of it? Are you looking after yourself? Are you putting other people's well-being ahead of your own? Are you sleeping enough? It feels like a very, very much about rest and making sure that you have enough of that, because we're looking at the moon. So that you may be undergoing quite a transformation at the moment, because we have a lot of butterfly energy here too. You may be doing a lot in your dreams as well. We also have the wholeness, which is black mulberry. I love black mulberries, actually. We used to have a tree. This is a card here of wholeness. There's a lot of ripeness as well with these mulberries. They're in beautiful, big, juicy black berries. We also have Aquarius symbolized on this card. And I think this is the water element. So we're looking at your well-being. We're looking at a 33, which is a Christ consciousness number, also a master number. We have strength here, which is fennel. We have duality, which is banana. So perhaps you are looking at, doing too much. Perhaps you are trying to divide yourself. Perhaps you're not looking after yourself enough. Perhaps your health and well-being is really being drawn to your attention. This is a 9, this card. So, and we've got a 10 as well. So there's things here that you need to look at. You need to, I feel like you're probably a strong person who thinks they're capable of a lot of things, and perhaps you need this message to highlight for you that it's about keeping yourself whole. It's about not splitting yourself down the middle so that you can look after other people. And I do keep getting that message about, perhaps you're not looking after yourself enough. We have the relationship card. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And I love that idea, but I still want to say that if you are burning the candle at both ends because you're the strong person in the family or whatever it is, then you need to start taking care of yourself as well. You may be somebody who cares for other people. There is definitely that feeling here. And as we've got the King of Cups is very good at sometimes hiding their emotions or staying on top of their emotions, and perhaps that is you, and perhaps you are the person that goes and gets the money in the world, you know what I mean, like whatever this is for you. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of action. The Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful, great thing coming to you, a great idea coming. But the thing is that even if you have a great idea coming, which will help with money and finances, with the Knight and the Ace together, which is great. I love those cards together. If your well-being suffers, then there's not going to be any ability to go out and get that, to utilize that. We have the reverse 8 of Cups here, and then the Page of Swords. So that reversed 8 of Cups, I feel like there's somewhere where you're supposed to be leaving, and you're not ready to, or don't want to, or dragging your heels. And the Page of Swords here is in the reverse again. So we've got 2 reversal cards coming in here, talking about this ability to get ahead in life, but emotionally, physically and mentally, perhaps you're very drained. And I feel like this is almost that I'll stay where I am for now. I'll sacrifice myself. I'll just do this for now. And I feel like, even though we've got the relationship card there, I feel like this could be work relationships, but it could be that you're just the person that does things, that gets the stuff done, that keeps everything together, that takes care of everybody. But this idea of sacrificing yourself, this idea of putting off something today that I can do, that I don't want to do today, and I'll do it in the future, I don't think that's going to work for you, pile number 2. The Chariot here is a card of movement. It's a card of success. It's a card of going forward. And the Hierophant is explaining to us also that whatever you're learning through this process, it's a deep spiritual transformation is what I'm being told, even though the Hierophant, that's not what it always stands for, but it does talk about learning lessons. You've got cards of movement here. I feel like you're dragging your feet when it comes to the movement. I feel like you don't want to go. You don't want to go wherever this is that Spirit is, offering for you to go. I feel like you're stuck in the mud. I feel like you're ready to stay where you are through eternity almost. There we go. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got the Queen of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is telling me that, even though you're battered and bruised, you're still not ready to go. The Queen of Wands tells me that you know your own mind, that you know what you're doing. However, the 10 of Wands is telling me that, even though this is backbreaking and even though you know it's not right, you're still not ready to go yet. So we've got the 9 and the 10 of Wands here. So it's building, and this pressure on you, this pressure on your well-being, this pressure on your ability to provide is really being called into question here. The Queen of Wands, I know you know what you're doing, and I know you're good at what you do. I feel like perhaps you've got friends where you are, you don't want to go. You've got, relationships and friendships that are keeping you there. But the thing is that you're keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself imprisoned because you're not thinking about yourself. Well, partly you are, but I know that there's another part of you that is saying it's okay, I can stay here for now. But the thing about that is, that just because you do have the strength to stay there for a bit longer doesn't mean you should. It doesn't, I'm not, this is a reading online, and it's a pick a card one, so it's a general reading. I'm not telling you to make any decisions that you're not ready to make. I'm not telling you to go anywhere. But what I'm looking at is if you're not taking care of your own needs, and I have another queen here, you're not taking care of your own needs, then this is the problem. It is about looking after your well-being. It is about putting yourself first. It's about understanding that, yes, you can self-sacrifice at times, but these decisions that you are looking at, you're putting the wrong things first. That's what it feels like to me, because I think you think that you're invincible. I think you think that nothing can hurt you, nothing can touch you, that you're always going to be okay. And perhaps you might be. As I said, this is a group reading. But it's time to make decisions based on what you need. You're not taking anything away from anybody else by making decisions based on you. You don't need to feel like you have to defend your actions, because this choice that you're making here is based on what you need. But the other thing is that Spirit has really, they're doing a lot in the background. We have a lot of cards here, and they just keep wanting to come. I just sort of keep wanting to pull more and more cards. There is so much energy here that's telling me that there's something that's not right in your life, and it's time to do something about it. You've got to listen to these subtle calls, because if you don't, they're going to get much, much stronger. There's something coming for you that's much better than what now. There's something coming for you that's better than where you are right now. You're resisting it. You don't want this to happen. You're resisting it. You don't want this to happen for whatever reason. Now, quite a lot of cards fell then. I'll give you the cards here because they're quite interesting. Ace of Cups, the Sun, the Knight of Swords. It's time to take some action, because something that you really want is coming your way, quite emotionally fulfilling. Do not listen to the doubts. Do not listen to all the naysayers. Do not allow yourself to be chained to something that is not for you. Pile number 2. That is what you needed to hear today. If you've got value out of this message, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please share with family and friends, and please subscribe if you're not so already. If you'd like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. Hope to see you in the future. Bye for now. Hi there, pile number 3. If you chose this Tibetan bell, then this is your reading today about what you needed to hear. And this first card is all about clarity. So perhaps there's been some confusion of late. Perhaps you haven't been that clear about what's going to, what you're moving towards and what you're moving away from. It feels like there's a transition happening in your life. I'll bring these cards up because they're a bit hard to see all the way down there. Transition, you're going through a transition in your life. We've got the Cancer card. This is very much an earth energy candle. So it feels to me, like perhaps you haven't known where you're going, and that's kind of what I just keep getting, that maybe you don't know where you're going, or perhaps it's still unclear. Purification. This is about clearing the air, getting a clear direction, and success. Like you've got the key here to success. Passion, excitement. So when things are a bit clearer for you, I feel like the transition becomes smoother. It feels like you, instead of being, instead of not seeing the way forward, it's like, the mint is really great for clarity. Brings in this beautiful purge of all the stuff that's sort of been whirling around. And so for some people, it could be that it's been obscured too, that clarity card. It feels like there's been, I haven't been able to see clearly. And some people, it feels like there's too much stuff going on in their heads. And for others of you, it feels like, there's been some things in the way that you couldn't see past. And we've got some cards that are all flying out. Now, I'm not sure if they came out that way, but that's kind of the way that I'm being instructed to keep them out, or to put them out. So we've got a courage card here too. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And I feel like that's what this could be about, that because you haven't been able to see your way forward, that it just has become too hard. It's just, you haven't wanted to go anywhere. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, and he's in the reverse. He's a card with slow-moving energy anyway, but he's now in the reverse. So that's almost like they've come to a standstill. And even the Page of Wands, he's in reverse as well. And to me, they're both stock standard standing. They're not moving. They're not budging. And they're looking to the past. And I feel like what you needed to hear at the moment is that's not going to take you anywhere. It's not going to move you forward. It's not going to give you the direction that you want. And it's not going to give you the clarity or the ability to move forward. We have the Emperor. So this talks to me about, doing things within a structure, doing them in the right way, the rules, regulations. It could even be a person in your life that is perhaps there are rules and regulations that you need to follow at the moment. There's the Seven of Wands. You feel like you're backed into a corner. So, you might not want to do that. Perhaps it's not what you want to do. Perhaps this is what's causing this constriction around your ability to move forward. That, the plans that you wanted to make, the plans that you had for the future are becoming muddied, that your own. So we've got lots of solar plexus kind of energy here that I'm noticing, the yellows. And so perhaps it feels like maybe you can't make decisions at the moment because your power is being restricted, that the ability to move forward without or doing what you want is restricted. That, there may be some choices, but maybe they're not choices you want to make. Maybe you feel like, you can't move forward. It's a very stuck energy that I'm looking at here, backing into corners. But the thing is that success card, the Peppermint card is there, and the transition card, and also the Eight of Wands, which I haven't talked about. This is kind of a success card. This is a movement card. This is a rapid change. Can be air travel, but that's not what I'm feeling for you here. It feels like there is a lot of stuck energy moving for you or in your life at the moment. And even though you've got ideas, even though you're making some progress, it hasn't been the progress that you've wanted. Now I'm going to put the Magician that's just flown out right in the middle here, and I'm making a big pig's ear of it. But the Magician here is really the kind of energy that we want to move forward with, It could even be, like the Magician here, this could even be yourself in these two cards. That one, you've turned your back on things. The other one is that you're still turning your back on some things because you want some peace and quiet. You want some silence to really figure out what it is that you do want. But the Magician here is telling me that you have the ability, you have this ability to make this transition at this time. It may not come exactly as you thought it was going to come, because I do feel like you're going to have to sacrifice some things to move forward and get what you want. We've got the Celebration card. So whatever it is that this clarity is coming, is coming up for you about, you're going to win some battles, but you're going to lose some others. You know what I mean? Like there is this whole loss area that we're looking at here. There is this inability to move forward in exactly the way that you want, which I feel is what's keeping you stuck, what is also asking, or what is getting you sort of to turn inwards upon yourself. And again, this feels like it's creating that not clear direction forward. Now here we've got lots of hot energy, so I feel like you're getting very angry with what's happening at the moment to you. And we do have that courage card, solar plexus, and the sacral chakra. So it's about finding what's in your heart. What are you passionate about? What are you willing to do to get what it is you want? You know, are you willing to be deceptive? I'm not saying that you should be. I am sort of highlighting that you need to figure out what it is you want and what you'll do to get it. There is success here for you. There is celebration. There's some movement. The Magician is the manifestation card. It is the card of you knowing what you want and bringing it into your own reality. However, there are some things you're going to have to let go of. I love that you've got the High Priestess and the Lovers coming out together, really talking about this, you know, we've got the Magician and then we've got the High Priestess, number 1 and number 2. So, you know, this could be a relationship. It might be for some of you, but it's about deciding what it is that you want. The Lovers is a good partnership, regardless of whether this is a relationship or whether this is something to do with work or family, etc. There may be a need to take some time out for yourself. Now, that's not the Four of Swords, which it could be, but the Hangman is talking about changing your perspective, because I think that part of you wanted it all your own way. Part of you wanted all of whatever this is to just disappear. You wanted your success. You wanted it your way, and you didn't want to sacrifice anything. You didn't want to have to change your mind. And while that sounds wonderful, it's not where you are right now. This is not this particular process that you're going through. We have the Ten of Swords. I love the Ten of Swords. I know most people don't. But when you're going through a really crappy time, it's the end. It's the end of it. It's coming to the end. We've got all of those swords in the back. You can't get any deader than that. And we've also got a new day is dawning. We've got a new day, you know, coming. But you have to get rid of that shit first. All that blackness, all that darkness. It's time to let that go, because you can't bring in all this beautiful sunshine and all of this light until it's all gone. We have the partnership card again. We've got Two of Cups. And this actually feels quite different. So the Lovers, they look like, you know, they're looking up to Spirit and saying thank you. And, you know, they've got their arms open. They're open to different things. They're looking at things, you know, it's like they're looking at it from the start. Whereas this is like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. You know, this is the making plans card, and this is mixing some of those things up. This is, okay, I know I need to do X and you need to do Y, and together we'll start, you know, from the back of the alphabet, whatever it is. But this is a card of doing something. This is a doing card, and I like that because there's a lot of stagnation in some of these other cards. So this is building this idea of the progression of this relationship. We had the 1 and 2. Then we've got the Star. So this is about, you know, mixing the elements. You've got the water element, you've got the earth element. So again, this is about movement. This is about compromise, is what Spirit is saying with this card, and seeing that everybody can be happy, seeing that with compromise you can make sure that you get what you want. It doesn't mean you'll get every single last thing on your list, but you'll get some of what you want, and other people can have something too. Other people can benefit, can feel like, you know, they don't have to go away crying because you got everything you want. It's about changing some of your perceptions and perhaps a bit of a break before you move forward. So we've got the Fool sitting right next to that, and just underneath the partnership card, the celebration card, and then we've got the Eight of Wands, which is that, going forward, fast-paced action, which is kind of what has been missing for you. But there's a bit of a way to go before you get to that stage. But what you needed to hear so that you can move beyond this point of view where you haven't been able to go anywhere. Everything's been crossed, everything's been locked, everything's bound up, and indecision, doubt, and knowing that below the surface there's a lot more there than you wanted to even look at. So have some courage, pile number 3. This is a group reading. If you would like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. I hope to see you in a reading soon. Please like and share this video if you got something out of it. Thanks for being here. See you soon. Bye for now.